Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Alexis, and yeah, let's do another speed build in The Sims 4, although I guess this is the first one on this channel. So if you haven't already seen the videos that I have posted on my main channel, then I will be linking a playlist to all my other speed builds. And if for some reason you're stumbling upon this channel and didn't realize that I had another channel, yeah, I decided to split the two as I didn't like having the more lifestyle videos on that channel as well as the gaming channels or the gaming videos. So I decided to go ahead and split it and have a gaming channel, which is what you are currently watching this on. So yeah, this is the first video on this channel, and of course I'm doing a speed build in The Sims 4. So this one is a modern build on the Rippling Flats lot, which is in Llama Lagoon, I think is the neighborhood, and that's in Newcrest. So it's the bottom left neighborhood, and I decided I want to do all of the builds in this neighborhood as modern for the style. So that is exactly what I'm doing in this. I really wanted to do windows on a slant, as you can see right here. I wanted to include that somewhere in the build, as well as I just kind of like the idea of having kind of a triangle somewhere, kind of a square, like a different shapes basically. So that is what I went into this, keeping that stuff in mind, just modern triangles, windows on a slant, and yeah, that is primarily what I went in thinking about. So the build that's right next to this that you can kind of see is the Twin Oracle Point, or is on Twin Oracle Point lot, and that is my last video that I posted on my main channel, which I will link that, as well as if I remember I'll put it in the eye right now. But that one is going to be the last Sims 4 speed build on that channel. So like I said already, I will put a playlist of all the other speed builds that I've done thus far in the description. But yeah, I think the other ones that I've done, I think I've only done 4 other speed builds, and that was in the Bridgeview neighborhood. I've decided that I really want to build up Newcrest, and I started with a suburban neighborhood in the upper left, and now I'm at the modern, and I have no idea what I'm going to do for the right hand neighborhood. I think that's probably going to be community lots, but I don't know exactly what style I'm going to do. I don't know if all of them are going to be community lots, or if I want to even include a community lot in this neighborhood. I haven't really decided on that yet. So this build, I actually used terrain paint, which I don't use that often, and I use terrain heights, which again I don't really use that often. So you can kind of see me doing some of that right now. But yeah, I just, for some reason, it just called for it. Like, I just knew that I wanted to do that. And so I did some terrain heights. I think that comes into play a little bit later, though. And I ended up deciding that I did want to landscape the outside a little bit. And so that will be at the very, very end of this video. Because I just didn't like the idea of just the pathways by themselves, or it doesn't look quite right in my opinion. But yeah, so I'm just doing the stairs now, and I actually kind of like that configurement of the stairs. I think it ends up kind of cool. And of course, the thing that always takes me the longest is always figuring out where the rooms are going to go. Well, actually, no. I think furnishing all the rooms together takes me longer, but furnishing each individual room takes me less time, and doing the configurement it can take me a long time to do that. So there's that, me trying to figure out the first floor. And of course there is a little bit of an open concept. So the kitchen goes into the it's not really a normal, I guess, the family dining room, because there is a formal dining room. Informal dining room is the word that I was looking for. And then the family room, which the family room is actually both the informal and the family, the family room both have doors to the backyard. So the formal living room and dining room are just at the front of the house, and you would have to go through the rest of the house to get to the backyard if you wanted to have a backyard party or something like that. Or I guess your guests could go around on the path outside and even wouldn't have to go inside. But now that we have platforms, I'm so happy about platforms, because now I can finally fix a few things in some of my builds that just didn't work properly, because I couldn't do a different height really than the foundation or whatever that height was set at for the whatever floor I was on. So I can go ahead and fix some things in the Twin Oracle Point build, as well as one of my other builds that's in the Bridgeview neighborhood. But where I was going with that was that this one has a little barbecue pit, and I was thinking about actually lowering that as well. I know that I'm planning on doing that for the Twin Oracle Point build, but I think I kind of want to do it with this build as well. So I don't know if necessarily I'll be posting that, because that is just one difference. And if you like that idea a little bit better than, of course, what I've done, then you can lower it yourself. I don't think that necessarily that would warrant me re-uploading this build to the gallery, but this build is already on the gallery, by the way. And if you search Born number 2 be a diamond, then you should be able to find it. And that's the same way that it's spelled here, just without the games. I, of course, since this is a gaming channel and I had that before my gaming channel, I don't really want to change the name on there, but yeah, it's the same thing as pretty much all my social media. It's the same as my main YouTube. It's that username. You can find all of my builds on there, except for you will have to click the include custom content to see some of them, as I do use custom content in some builds, just not this one. This one is completely free of all custom content. So it's just the in-game stuff, and I don't think it's all base game. Actually, I know for sure it's not all base game, because I do use the windows. The windows are all the spot A, I believe, and the doors spot A. I think that chandelier is spot A, and then the stairs are Get Famous, I think, as well as the marble flooring. Okay, so basically none of this is base game, now thinking about it, except for the cabinetry and maybe some of the furnishings, such as the trash can that I used. But yeah, for the most part, it is, I think, well, I shouldn't say for the most part, it is not base game, but a good chunk of it is. I would be interested to know exactly how much it is, but I don't remember how many packs I used. So I used at least Spot A, and I think the cats and dogs, I think I used that one a little bit. Probably seasons. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look that up and see on the gallery what all I used. But I don't have that many packs. I think I only have a couple of the big ones, the big game packs. I don't think I have too many stuff packs. I don't remember how many things I have, but definitely not the full however many there are. Yeah. So I love sizing up that rug lately. I love putting it in the bathroom. I love putting it in the living room. It's just a big fuzzy rug. Who wouldn't want a big fuzzy rug? You know, assuming that that is not actual real fur. That is faux fur. It is a faux fur rug that is ginormous. And I love it. Yeah. So just doing, I think the kitchen's done by now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm finished with the kitchen. And the dining room, the informal dining room, I think is pretty much done. I'm about done with the entryway as well. Wow. Getting all of it done pretty quickly, which is funny because this video is so long. There's a lot of house to furnish though. It is a pretty big house. How many bedrooms does it end up? I think it ends up with 4 bedrooms. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. And then there's 1, 2, 3. I think there might be 6 bathrooms. So there's 1 downstairs, then the parents' bedroom, and then there's like a little bathroom right by the stairs as well. And then there's 1 by that bedroom, another one there, and then another one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 6 bathrooms. Yeah, and so this backyard ends up being very similar to the Twin Oracle Point backyard. It has a pool, it has the barbecue pit, and it has a little play area. And it's basically just the other backyard, just reversed and a little bit smaller since this lot is a little bit smaller. Although the barbecue pit I think is a little bit bigger, but the pool is what is really smaller. But I mean, it's still a mansion. I love that wallpaper. I'm just so sad that it's not, the wainscoting is not what I want on it. I think it just makes it look cheaper. For some reason, I just didn't really like it too much. Yeah, I think some wainscoting make it look more expensive, and that one just made it look cheaper. I think it could have, if it was a different type, then it would look better and I would like it more. But yeah. And the color scheme in this changes a lot. So I went back and forth with how I wanted to do it. As you can see, right now it is stripes. It does not end up that way at all. It ends up, I think, 2 of the walls are navy and 2 of the walls are that like blush pink color. I did stick with this one for a good portion of the time where I had a stripe on the back, like as a feature wall. And then I had a dark wood around the rest. But then I ended up deciding later along the line that I didn't like that. I did build this over a span of a few different days, by the way. I just kept on losing energy over the last like month, where I just did not want to continue building after probably like 10-20 minutes per day, and I couldn't do it. So sorry about some of the jumps in footage, and where sometimes I go from one room and then all of a sudden it's a completely different room, and that's because it's probably a different day or a different time that day. So yeah, there's that. I don't think I cut any footage either, just because I finally figured out how to do a full screen recording and include the catalog, finally, after all this time. after how many speed builds? Like 6? No, 5. After this is my 6th. After all this time, I finally figured out how to do that. So, yeah. I used to cut some of this stuff, like when I was going through the catalog and stuff and trying to find stuff, it did not show anything. And so it was just boring on the screen for, like, maybe, it depended on how long I was looking for, but it could be a solid, like, 20 seconds. If I was looking for 2 minutes, then it would take, like, 20 seconds of screen time where you would not see anything. So I decided on those old videos to cut that, but now that you can finally see the catalog, I don't think I really cut anything, which I think is another reason why this is a little bit longer. But yeah, you can tell exactly how long it takes me to build. This is actually 12 times the speed. So more than 4 hours. I think it ended up being, I can't remember if this was the one that was around 9 hours. I think that was the Twin Oracle Point one that was 9 hours, and I think this one ended up being closer to 8 or 7. I would have to do the math again to figure out how long that was. So I'm actually curious now. So 41 times, or I guess it's more 42. Hold on. 42 times 12 is 504. That makes no sense, does it? Divided by 60. So 8 over 8 hours. Okay. Figure that out. So, and the other one was over 9 hours, I'm pretty sure. The Twin Oracle Point. So, yeah. But again, that was spread over a few days. Oh my goodness, that you see the little, like, right when you get up from the stairs, that little room there that I made right off the stairs. So if you were actually to go up the stairs, it would be to your right. That tiny room is a bathroom, and I made it work. And it's such a weird shape for a bathroom, but it's actually, the uploaded version on the gallery is different than the one that I think you see, because I don't think I did a screen recording of the fixes. I played tested everything to make sure everything worked, and the bathroom didn't. So I fixed it without screen recording and uploaded that to the gallery. So you'll notice if you do download this house that bathroom is a little bit different, but that is the reason why, is because it didn't work with gameplay. But we're still a little bit a ways from me actually furnishing the bathroom, and yeah, and I'll definitely put some photos. I do have some photos of the finished build, so I'll put some photos in the video at the very end as well. So yeah, doing some of the bathrooms. All of my bathrooms tend to look the same, just different sizes and maybe different layouts where everything is, but most bathrooms of mine look the same. I think that, that's probably just because I like certain items and I come accustomed to using those certain items, like the rug, and the shower is the one I always use. The bathtub I use pretty frequently. This is the bathroom that I was talking about right here. This layout is not the finished layout. It does not work. You couldn't get to the shower because of the toilet, actually. So I end up moving the sink, and then I move the shower and move the toilet, and it worked out so much better. I actually think it might be cuter. I think I also had to take out the plant that I put in there, but it is still a pretty cute bathroom. Still very tiny bathroom, but definitely something that I feel like you would see in real life is a tiny little bathroom once you come up the stairs for guests or something like that. But yeah, so there's that. And I don't really have a family in mind for this house. I just assume that this family, after, doing the 4 bedrooms, this family has the parents and then a teenager or maybe young adult that still lives in the house, that lives in that huge room, the huge second room that's honestly big enough to be a main bedroom. That one, I think I decided that one is probably a young adult or a teen. And then they have another teenager who is a little bit younger though, and that one has a room all the way. So as you're seeing from this side, this top-down view, it's the one that's bottom right, that bedroom. And then maybe a little kid's room or a guest room is what the last bedroom is. I haven't really decided on that one. I think a guest room would make a little bit more sense because there's really not a ton of room in there for it to be a kid's room. You wouldn't have room for toys or anything. So that is kind of what I envision as that, as the family that lives here. I think the one that is the teenager that lives or is a little bit older and has the bigger room, that one has has graffiti on the wall. So I think that one is going to be the artistic one, or the more artistic one, or maybe even just that one is the one that's more into artwork, and maybe the other teenager is into music. I don't know. They're definitely an interesting family. I don't think they're a boring cookie cutter family. Clearly they have money, because I think that this build ends up being over 200,000. It might be over 300,000, honestly. But yeah. And they have all marble flooring on the bottom floor. And then marble flooring in the bathroom, and this bathroom and the parents' bathroom. I think that might be all of the marble flooring. Maybe there's some outside as well. I think maybe in the backyard, those pathways are also the marble flooring. I think, if I remember correctly. And yeah, the patios are also, I believe, the marble flooring. So clearly they got money. Definitely not broke in any way, unless they spent all their money on this house or something like that. Yeah, I am so in love with how this house turned out. I don't think it's my favorite build, but it's definitely up there, especially considering that I didn't really have too much of an idea going into it of what exactly I wanted. I just kind of knew the approximate shape and some of the features that I wanted to have, but I didn't know that it was going to turn out this cute. And I would definitely, if I had enough money and this house existed in real life, I would definitely buy this house. I think it's really cool. I'm honestly surprised, though, now thinking about it, that I did not include a skylight anywhere in this build or in the Twin Oracle Point build. Might have to rectify that in whatever my next modern build is in this neighborhood. But yeah, I guess all of the skylights are more of a suburban house for me, which is kind of surprising, actually, now thinking about it. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I did extend, or I think I made the one bedroom smaller for I don't remember exactly why I did that, but yeah, I made the hallway there. I reconfigured that. And each bathroom has different colored of the rugs. They each have a different color, which I thought was a cute, like, little touch, so that each bathroom kind of felt like they were more, they were connected in a way, but they were still separated, and still had their own character. So, yeah. Of course, had to put 2 separate desks for the parents. So, since they probably need their computer at home, and since they clearly have enough money, they have to have a desk somewhere. I don't think all the bedrooms have desks. I think the guest bedroom does not. And that's, again, another reason why I think I would consider that a guest bedroom and not a kid's bedroom. There's just really not a ton of room in that bedroom. I mean, you could probably take some room from the hallway, but I ended up putting a little reading nook in that little area. So, I don't know. I guess that is up to you and your gameplay if you do download this. Yeah. This little bathroom at the end of the hallway. I always like, especially for the bigger houses, to have a bed or a bathroom very close, if not connected, to each of the rooms. That way, no one will have to share in the morning, and there's less likelihood of people walking in on each other. It's mainly so I can have everyone taking a shower at the same time for efficiency's sakes. But yeah, part of the reason why I do that. I think also just considering the style of this house and considering the furnishing and all that, this family clearly has enough money to buy a house that would have a bathroom for all of the bedrooms, or equivalent to all the bedrooms, or more. It actually has 2 more. So it makes sense to have a ton of bathrooms. Just, that way they really don't have to share a bathroom. They even have 2 guest bathrooms. And maybe even technically 1 more if that last bedroom really is a guest room. But yeah, so now we are nearing what I think is the final end. Yes, that is how I think the walls end up being right here. I don't think I changed them anymore. Well, yeah, I just changed it and then changed it back. But now I'm just adding artwork, and then I'm pretty sure that I am done with both the formal living room and the formal dining room. Yeah, right there. And then now, oh yeah, I forgot that I added a couple of art pieces to the hallway just to give it a little bit more interest, so it wasn't just a bland, boring hallway. And then going back to the younger of the 2 teenagers, there's that bedroom. I think we're almost done with it. And then this is the guest bedroom that we're doing now. And I'm just changing all the beds. That way they each also have their own bed. And it's not just each one has like a photocopy of, or like just the same bed, just a different color. I've done that in the past. I actually did that in the Twin Oracle Point 1. But I decided that this one I actually wanted more distinction between the different bedrooms, just because I know that I use all the same stuff, but it's kind of nice to branch out every once in a while and see what else there is, and kind of see the different styles, because then, hey, maybe you decide, oh, I kind of like this bed more, actually. Surprisingly enough, yeah. So this is the guest bedroom. I go back and forth with how I furnish this one a lot. Can't remember exactly what I end up with. I know that there's a dresser in there. I don't know if I keep that bookcase or not. I think I get rid of the chair though. Or I do that. Yeah, I can't remember how I end up furnishing it. I know there's a dresser and then obviously the bed. And you can get in on both sides of the bed. I made sure to play test that. Oh, and there, I think we're almost done. I think I add 2 nightstands and some things on the nightstands, and then the bedroom is done. I am almost certain about that. Oh, and I'm changing the bed again. Oh yeah, that bed. That is the bed I end up going with. And it's a pretty neutral room, which I feel like would be appropriate for a guest bedroom. It feels like nice and homey because of the darker colors, except for the light wood flooring helps to lighten up the room, I think, and of course the windows I think helped to make it feel a little bit bigger, and all of the light colors, the light wood on the furniture help to make it feel a little bit bigger. But of course it's just a smaller room. It's the smallest of the 4 bedrooms, and that's another reason why I think it would be best as a guest room. Which of course Sims don't really have guests over like that unless, it's a love type thing. So there's that. They don't really have sleepovers. Wouldn't that be cool if they had sleepovers in The Sims? Especially for your kids. I think that'd be really cool. Oh, now thinking about... I briefly mentioned this earlier, but the Among Us stuff, and streaming and all that. Let me know if there are other games that you like, but I know I work in retail, and some of my coworkers and I are thinking about doing an Among Us game and getting a Discord together. And so that would be one of the videos that I'd be posting, probably if I get their permission to, of course. And that, I think, just would be more interesting than playing public servers and stuff like that. Just because then I could see if I could get them to do the voice chat. And I think that'd be a lot of fun just to have that little group together. Of course, you don't know them yet, but they are a fun group of people. And so I don't necessarily know if enough people would be interested in that. I might test the waters. I probably will test the waters by posting a highlight reel and at some point in time. But yeah, that's part of the reason why I didn't make this channel Simming specific, because I do want to play multiple different games, not just The Sims, and I might be doing some Let's Plays. I haven't ever done the 100 Baby Challenge, but I have been thinking about doing it. And if I do decide to start it, then I will most definitely be screen recording it and uploading a 100 Baby Challenge. I think I'm leaning really close to doing it. So yeah, I'll probably be doing that. Of course, I'll be doing more builds, probably Among Us, and then I have no idea what else I should play. I have played Five Nights at Freddy's before, but I don't really know if anyone would be interested in that. That one isn't really as popular now anymore, I don't think. I haven't really watched many videos playing Five Nights at Freddy's in a while, so while I love it, I don't think that necessarily that'd be something that anyone would want to watch. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, but yeah, I would love game suggestions, especially if they're free. If they're free, I'm totally down to play it. But of course, keep in mind, if it's a really expensive game, might not be really able to play it as of now. Maybe in future dates. But I am definitely one of those people that I don't do things if I don't necessarily see the value in it. That sounds a little weird. But if I don't think that I will have fun doing it, and if it is more expensive than it's worth, then of course I'm not going to do it. The Sims is a different situation. Me getting like different packs and stuff. I do this for fun, and I screen record it because I can, and post it because I can, and it doesn't take that much more time to speed it up and screen record it. It's the screen recording literally is nothing time wise, and the speeding it up and doing the voiceover for it doesn't really take me too long to do. So I enjoy this because it's not like I wouldn't be already doing these builds anyway. I would be. So it's really not too time intensive for me to do. And it makes sense to me. But if I had to pay a ton of money for something that I don't already play and don't think I would get enjoyment out of, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did use the marble on the outside. There's the little play area. And then here in a second, I will do the barbecue pit area. And I'll put, I think, one tree in the backyard, and then I think I put one tree in the front yard. And then later I go back and do a ton of bushes and flowers and stuff like that in the front yard along the path. And I really love the little like garden area that I made for this build. I don't do that often, but I really do enjoy it when it comes out, especially when it comes out looking like the one like this build. So yeah, a nice little barbecue pit. I think I'm about to extend it though and add another row here in a second. Yeah, that's what I'm prepping it for. And I had to go back and change the terrain heights, of course, because I didn't want floating chairs. There we go. Extended a little bit more and then added more chairs just for a little bit more of a balanced atmosphere. Fixing the lights. Of course, there aren't a ton of lights, but I think there's enough out there to not distract from the night sky, I think, is what I was kind of going for. Plus, there aren't any really bright outdoor lights, unless you're talking about the ones that go on the house itself. And I didn't think that would be really appropriate. Oh, and I used the little apartment mailbox for this one because I didn't like any of the standalone mailboxes. Those all kind of just didn't look right with the build. So here we are. The inside of the house is all done. It's literally just flowers and bushes now. And this honestly is probably my favorite part in the whole entire build. And that sounds ridiculous, but I love it. And like I said, the bathroom wasn't playable, but I fixed it for the gallery version. So if you do download this house, it will have this front yard, the fixed bathroom, and I think I realized after but before I uploaded it, that I was missing any like fire alarm or sprinkler system, and I added that as well. So while you don't see it, it does exist in the gallery version. I just didn't screen record it. I didn't screen record those two changes because it was going to take like maybe 2 minutes to do both, and 2 seconds wouldn't be very much, like, they really wouldn't have added too much to the video, and I just didn't really necessarily want to include those, just because it'd be another jump just to jump off really quickly. But yeah, a lot of flowers and bushes. I think this took, how long did this take? I think like 40 minutes actually, if I remember correctly, because I was watching, I think I was watching one of the corpse live streams of him playing Among Us while doing the flowers and bushes. So either that or maybe it was Saikuno. I think it was probably a mixture of the two. Or maybe it was Saikuno, but he was playing with corpse. I would believe that. I don't remember though. But yeah, I know I was watching some video on YouTube of gamers playing Among Us. Yeah, I'm really addicted to the game at this point. It's gotten to a little bit of an extreme where I wake up and play Among Us, although I didn't do that this morning, so yay. But that's because I had work at 8 a.m. and I couldn't, because I had to get ready for work. But I usually go to sleep and play Among Us, so as well. So it's part of my morning routine and it's part of my nighttime routine. It's gotten a little extreme, but yeah. So many flowers and bushes. I love this. I think that if I saw a house with that much foliage, especially in the front yard, I'd be like, oh, they have money. They have enough money to hire a landscaper. Oh, and we're nearing the end of the video, so please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well as turn on the notifications. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!